anything because we're going to be going straight to the point. No much stories today. Let's quickly move to the charts. There's a lot of things still happening around the world anyway. Of course, the war is still very much active. A lot of things are going on around that also. Just over the weekend, we have Iran bombing a lot of places, including Saudi Arabia, Tehran, and all that, and targeting refineries, oil tanks, water storage systems. Because in the east or in these Gulf countries, water is very important. Water is extremely important due to the weather over there. All right, and then Iran has been targeting both water and oil for over the weekend, and we are expecting retaliation from Saudi Arabia and some other regions that were targeted like this. There's a lot of things going on around the world. Of course, UK, Europe, some part of Europe are already beginning to one way or the other, of course, aid the United States in striking Iran, and Donald Trump is saying that all he wants is surrender, right? If they surrender, he's going to be giving them amnesty, and Iran is saying they're not going to surrender. So there's a lot of things happening. A lot of people are saying that United States they're not going to win the war if it is going to be a shootout war, because Iran has been preparing for a long time. But the war is beyond shootout war. It's more of a financial war, if I'm to say, and the tactic here is to make sure that financially the United States is being crumbled, and because they're spending a lot in terms of weapon, and a lot of things is happening. And this is the reason why the U.S. Treasury yield also is actually going up, because there's a lot of companies making money right now through this war and all that. And the US Treasury yield has been going up massively. And this is what is also making gold to look a little bit uncertain. And crude oil also is also looking very bullish. We're also going to be checking that price of crude oil today and see what's happening around that point. Anyway, so for now, dollar is still very much strong. We are still experiencing a very strong dollar due to the US Treasury yield. And we're going to be seeing how to take advantage of that also this week. Let's start with EURUSD, and I'm just going to be jumping to the entry points. We're going to be looking at where to put our entries, how to take advantage of it, either we buying or selling based on what we are seeing on the charts very quickly. Okay, so let's start with that. The first thing I want us to quickly check is the daily time frame on EURUSD. I like to always start from the daily time frame. If you look at the daily time frame on EURUSD, you will discover that we have seen a total reversal of this movement back to the downside. We're expecting price to actually get to a level of support today. Then probably we should expect a bounce back or a pushback from that level. But let me just show you that level. I don't want to be drawing too many lines. Let me just use this indicator. Great. So you can see the level. This is the verified support layer here. We're expecting price to actually push down here. And price opened with a gap down this morning, which is a big deal, right? There was a gap down this morning on price.
Hello, sir. Yeah, I sent you the link to join both.
Okay, sorry for that. All right, so there was a gap down this morning on price, and we are expecting price to actually fill up that gap very soon. So let's quickly see what this looks like on the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, we're already seeing this, though it's not really a massive gap, so to say. So most times, because it's not a massive gap, price might not fill it up most of the times. You can see what happened here. This was not filled up. This was not filled up. So most of the times, you might not see price filling it up. Look at what happened here. All right. So this actually might reverse back to the downside anytime soon. And of course, like I said, dollar is still very much strong. So we're just going to be jumping to our preference and seeing how we can take advantage of this movement. Now, what I'm expecting is that price is going to, close this gap on the 15 minutes time frame. But if that doesn't happen, price is going to be pushing down. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going for a sell preference with an alternative buy preference on EURUSD. But with what I'm seeing now, based on what I'm seeing now, this is a higher low compared to this low. This is a higher high compared to this previous high. Even, we're expecting another higher high. That is if price takes out this particular level here. We've seen price coming back to retest here, and we are seeing a bounce off this movement, right? So what we want to do is we want to take advantage of this. If price breaks this particular point, a break of that structure is going to give us a very good buy entry with our take profit around this point. We could also be looking for a stop loss just below this region here. All right, so guys, Euro USD, my preference due to this gap and with what I'm seeing right now, we're going to be going for a buy preference. Our entry for this trade is a close above 1.15701. Now, because this is Euro USD, you can actually, our SL is going to be at 1.15521. Our TP is going to be at 1.15980. Now, because this is Euro USD, you can actually do a buy stop if you don't have time to actually monitor this trade and take this trade. Because this is Euro USD, you can do a buy stop because it's not really that volatile. I mean, with a 0.01 trade, what we are risking is probably $3 there, but let me just quickly confirm. Right? Yeah, it's not even up to $3, actually. It's not up to $3. So you could actually use a buy stop to actually take advantage of this, of that movement, if at all. Right, this is a second retest coming right now at this point. Price could retest up to this point, so don't worry. Still keep holding it. What you want to wait for is a break of this. Once you see a break of this, you could enter at a retest if price gives you a retest. You could also enter immediately price closes above it with your stop loss here. All the same. But the difference is if I enter at a retest, my stop loss becomes smaller. If I enter at a close above, my stop loss might be a little bit higher, but it's still about, I might still get that trade properly. All right. So if you have time to wait for a retest, fine. But if you're waiting for a breakout and you don't have time, you want to set a buy stop, it's also fine. Also, using these same parameters is okay. All right. Let's quickly move down to gold very fast and see what gold is doing. Gold after on Friday has been very, very slow, moving sideways. Currently, we've been seeing this massive sideways markets for quite a number of time right now. So let me just mark this out. So we can see this double retest, double bottom around this point here, price pushed away. But has not really pushed away like that. Let's quickly go to the 1 hour time frame to actually look at this properly. On the 1 hour time frame, you can see this pushing away. But knowing gold, this could actually come back to give us a retest. Let me just quickly do something. Just want to confirm something. Hold on. Let's take it from this swing low to this swing high. Okay, so price has not gotten there. Let me delete and do this. Okay. So we are seeing a massive consolidation on gold, and let's quickly jump to the 15 minutes time frame to look at this. So you can see what price is doing around these two levels. For gold right now, we have a higher high here, right? And we have a higher low here. But like I said, this could come back to retest again. We could see another retest of this region again. It doesn't really matter. Price can give us a double retest of that level again. So what we want to do is to be very careful around gold this morning. What I think you should be looking at doing very fast is two major levels. There are two major levels that you should pay attention to on gold. Level one is this point here. A break and retest of that level is going to give you a buy. Level two is this point here. Break and retest of this level should give you a sell. So these are the two major levels that you want to pay attention to. We have 5129.65. We have 5077.66. And between those two levels, let me see. I'm very sure that's massive. All right. That's really massive. So please pay attention. Our stop loss could be around here. Our take profit should be a 1:1. With take profit point around this level. So this is like a 1:2 anyway. So if price breaks this point, gives us a retest, we should enter at the retest of 5077.66, and then price coming down. Like I said, this could actually come back down to give us a second retest. At the same time, this could be a retest of this region here. So normally, if I was taking this trade, I would have taken a buy at this point with my stop loss around this swing low. But the only reason why I'm not doing that is because this is a consolidation happening right now. Like I showed you from the 1 hour time frame, you can see this is the swing high. This is the swing high here. That has not been broken for some time. This is the swing low. So which means price could actually bounce between these two regions freely. The only time price has a lot of pressure to either move up or move down is when it gets to either of these two regions, either 5019.45 or 5187.14. So what we are even trying to do around here right now is we are still trying to make sure that we get a scalping. We're just trying to make sure. All right. We're just trying to make sure that we are getting a very good position that we can scalp. All right, that we can scalp. We're just trying to get a very good position that we can scalp. So what we want to do is we want to take advantage of what price is doing on a shorter time frame like this. All right, so this is a trend line. If this breaks, fine. But right now, I'm expecting price to actually push. We can see that it has been rejected multiple times around here. But to have our stop loss here, let me see. This is 15 minutes. Let's jump to 5 minutes. I'm seeing if we can get a very good entry. So gold, I'm trying to see if we can get an instant entry instead of us having a buy stop or sell stop, or having to wait for a breakout. So this is looking good for a buy though, because this is still holding up. If we take our trade now, our stop loss for this trade is just going to be how many pips away? This is about 200 pips away, and this is actually the shortest we can go for. At the same time, this is below the trend line. This is below this particular level here now. But I'm also seeing some level of movement to the upside. You know what, guys? I think we should just go with what I think. I think we should just stick to price actually breaking either of these structures, because with what I'm looking at right now, from this movement from here, I think we might see price actually pushing down, and I don't want us to be caught in this consolidation. Now, some of you are probably having issues with setting up trades like this on the buy, maybe using a buy stop like the one we did on EURUSD. Don't worry, before the end of this class, before the end of this section, I'm going to teach you how to do that on your MT4 or your MT5. Whatever, it's still the same process. It's just that one is a little bit, you can use two methods on MT5, while MT4 is just one method. All right, so I'm going to teach you how to do that. It's quite simple. So for gold, guys, we're looking at two major levels. I'm expecting that price is going to actually either buy or sell. I can't really tell, and the reason is because we are in a consolidation. And if I know gold very well, this is looking more like a buy, yes, but you could enter that buy right now. Then price breaks the structure back to this downside. It doesn't really pay attention to technical analysis when price is consolidating. You need to pay attention to that. When there's a consolidation, gold can do and undo. So you want to pay attention to those levels, major key levels, so that you don't just jump into the trade and then get your fingers burnt. So what we want to do is we want to see a break of structure. If price is really going to go up, it has to break 5129.65. If it's going to go down, it has to break 5084.79. There is no way it's going to go up or go down without breaking these two levels. No way it's going to do that. All right, so you want to wait for a break of structure at those levels, and then our stop loss could be majorly around this point, 5102.64. We could just take this a little bit up. So for gold, let me just quickly give you the entries. So XAU USD, guys. Our sell entry is 5084.79. Please take note that the stop loss for this trade on the 0.01 is about $20. So make sure you are aware. Our XL for the trade is 5108.97. Our TP is also very massive. If price gets to this level, you're looking at a 1:3, which is very, very good. We're looking at 5019.45, right? But you need to break even as price begins to move. So make sure you're breaking even. You're not waiting for you're not just waiting for the TP. Make sure you're waiting. Your price is going into your direction. You are actually breaking even on that trade. All right. So this is for the sell. Let me give you for the buy. For the buy entry for gold, we are looking at 5129.65. Our SL remains the same at 5108.97. Our TP is going to be at 5187.14. All right. So this is for gold. Let's quickly jump to crude oil, and then we're going to look at BTCUSD lastly. So like I said, crude oil is still massively pushing up. Price has gotten to $104 right now. In fact, it has gone above that. It got to as high as about 112, which was massive. The last time price was here, I think it was last year or last 2 years. Price has not been here for a long time. Got to 113, almost, let's say 114, before coming down to 104 right now. And this 104 right now, we are still expecting it. This is like a cool off of this movement, so we are still expecting price to move up. And of course, the war is still there. A lot of tanks, like I said, a lot of crude oil, refineries, tankers, storage systems have been actually targeted by the war and has been taken out. This was where we were, I think, last week. You can see what price has done from last week to today. So there's a lot of, imagine if you took a buy here, like I told you last week, and you didn't leave that trade, and you're just, following the trend little by little. By now, you are in massive profit on crude oil. But what should you do today? This is 1 hour time frame. If you jump to the 15 minutes time frame right now, you would see clearly that price is, currently at this particular support level here. Even though I don't know if price is going to be breaking that support anyway. If we see some cool off, price might break that support, but this might still be a major push to the downside because this was the last high before this current high here. This was the last major high before this current high, which means this is a very good level for price to come back to retest. And then we should see some level of consolidation again at this level before price breaks this point, which makes it very interesting for a very good entry. So what you want to do is that you want to pay attention to these two levels. So for crude oil, I'm going to be giving you a buy stop and a sell stop entry point. It's more like a breakout entry point, but if you don't have time, you can use a buy stop and sell stop if you don't have time. But if you have time, please wait for it to give you a proper breakout before you jump in. All right, so the symbol for crude oil is SBR. That's Brent USD. Price stop entry is at 106.872. Sell stop entry is at 102.917. SL for both trades is at 104.775. TP for both trade, you can leave it open with break even. All right, guys, let's do one more, then we talk about how to set these things on your MT4. So BTC USD, as last week, I thought there was going to be I thought price was actually going to give us a breakout, but it was a false breakout. Look at it. So price has been struggling on the daily time frame currently for some time, around 69, 67, 66. And then we saw this last week. Right, we saw this breakout last week, which was massive. I thought this was, price was going to be pushing to the next level, and yeah, price gave us a total reversal. Right now, we're already seeing that reversal pushing back to the downside again. Price is currently at 67, which is close to 66, where it has been hovering around. we could see price pushing because this is the first time we are seeing a bullish reversal candle. So after this candle, the next candle could be a bearish candle going back down until price comes back to these major levels again. Let me mark it out. Until price comes back to around this level again, right? So if you're trading BTCUSD, you want to pay attention to what price is currently doing. This has been a massive downward trend, and we have seen price pushing into this particular level, pushing back to the upside. If price takes out this level right now, if price takes out this particular point here right now, if price takes it out, then of course it's coming back here again to give us a retest. But at the same time, you also pay attention to this point here. If price takes this out, it's coming back down, right? So we should see price pushing away to this point. So I'm not going to be giving you entries for this, but just you can screenshot this, you can write it down somewhere. So there are two levels you're looking at: 68401.53. If price takes that out, we are expecting price to push up to 71577.74. Your stop loss could be at 66876.43, right? And then if price takes this one out, then you should look at actually selling, and then with your stop loss at 68401.53. So if this is your entry, this is your stop loss. If this is your entry, this is your stop loss. That's what it basically means. And then your take profit for this is this. Your take profit for this is this, right? So that's just what it basically means. So when price is moving, you can also, of course, you don't need to wait for price to get to your take profit point. I keep saying it. Make sure you break even. That's the first thing you need to do on your trade. Make sure you break even. And I'm going to be telling us what break even looks like also this morning. All right. So now that we've done BTC/USD, let's quickly look at how to actually take these trades practically on our chart. Now, I gave us EURUSD as our first trade of the day this morning. How do you take that trade using a buy stop or a sell stop? Okay. Price has actually broken this level. Price has broken this level. So if you were going for a buy stop or a sell stop, the sell stop would have been triggered by now. Sell stop for this level would have been triggered, would have been in profit. So now, should you have taken this trade? It's simple. When you go, whether you're using your phone or you're using your laptop, just go to EURUSD and you click on new order or trade, right? It will take you to where you would see instant position or instant market execution. On my laptop, I have it here as market execution, right? If you click on it, you would see other things. In my own laptop, on the laptop, you're going to see pending order. But on the phone, immediately you click on instant execution, you're going to be seeing these four things: buy stop, buy limit, sell stop, sell limit. And then you can now pick the one you want, right? So in the case of EURUSD, let's quickly go and look at the charts. For the sell stop, let me quickly jump to EURUSD. Good. I said EURUSD. We're looking at a close above, okay, it's a buy entry. We're looking at a close above 1.1701. So we're looking at the close above here for EURUSD this morning. And I said the stop loss was going to be there. The stop loss was this, take profit was this. So we're looking at a buy stop because I'm waiting for price to break above. I'm doing a buy. I'm waiting for price to break above. Of course, it's a buy stop. So what I want to do is I'm going to pick buy stop. All right. Anytime I'm giving you buy stop, I will specify it's buy stop. If I say buy limit, I will specify it's buy limit. So once I pick buy stop, you can also pick it on your phone. You're going to immediately you pick buy stop on your phone. In the middle, you will see price 0.00000. Before you would now see the other two prices. One has the red underline by your left, which is your stop loss. The other one has the green underline by your right, which is your take profit. So the first one you will see there is price, which is in the middle of the two. So you have, that is where you will now put 1.15701. That's your price. Then you will now move down. Your stop loss is at your left with a with a red underline. So the stop loss for this trade is at 1.15521, right? So 1.15521. The take profit for the trade, which is at your right hand, green underline, is 1.15980. Simple. Once you are done, you just click on place. I've placed this trade. So if I take out all these things now, let's take this out. You can see the trade has been placed. So this is the entry, buy stop entry. This is the stop loss for the trade. This is the take profit. Now, this trade will not trigger because you can see price is going down right now. This trade will not trigger until price breaks this particular point. until price breaks this to the upside. If price reverses to the upside now and then breaks this, gets to this point, it will trigger a buy trade with my stop loss here, my take profit here. If price goes up and gets to this point, it will take me out in profit. But if price doesn't get here and you did not break even on this trade and price gets to this point, it will take you out in a loss. But if price goes up in this trade, I can simply modify this trade by going on my phone and then modifying the order into my entry because I'm not in profit. I want to modify my trade. I want to break even. I can move my stop loss from 1.15530 to where I entered, which is at 1.157 something. At that point, I am no longer risking anything. How do you do that? You just simply modify your order. If you don't know how to modify the order, please rush to the YouTube page, EBC Nigeria, and go and check how to modify order. I've done a very good video on it on the YouTube page. Make sure you go and get it to learn how to modify your order. It's quite simple. It's straightforward. It's not hard at all. All right. So this is how you set your buy stop and your sell stop. It's pretty straightforward, and you can't miss it. Once you click on trade, you go to, once you click on new order on your chart, on your phone, on the symbol you want to trade, you see market execution. Click on it. You will see buy stop, sell stops, buy limit, sell limit. Pick the one you want based on what you want to do. If you're looking for a breakout of a sell like this one, now we're expecting price to break 5084.79. Our take profit is here, our stop loss is here. This is a sell stop. I will go for a sell stop. My entry price, this is the price. So if you want, the price that's going to be in the middle is going to be this. My stop loss is going to be this. My take profit is going to be this. I'm going to click on place, and that's all. Then after I do that, I come back, do the same thing again, but this time I'm going to pick a buy stop. Then I will just simply be monitoring it. Anyone that triggers, if the sell triggers, I will delete the buy stop. If the buy stop triggers, I will delete the sell stop, and that's it. That's it, right? It's pretty straightforward. I told you that gold was going to be pushing, it's possible it's going to be pushing down again, even though it was looking like a very bullish. So you can see what's already happening. So it's possible we're going to be seeing a break of structure very, very soon. So you want to pay attention to that also. Now, the second one that I gave you was this. So the same thing, you can do a buy stop at 106,872. Your stop loss 104,775. Take profit, leave the take profit open. Don't put any take profit. Just leave it. You place it, it will place. Once it is triggered, then you begin to break even. You modify your order to where you entered when price is already in profit. The same thing again, you do your sell stop. So anyone that triggers, you delete the other one. Very simple, straightforward, right? So for BTCUSD, you can do the same thing. Your buy stop is here, your stop loss is here, your take profit is here. Then you can do a sell stop here, your entry price is here, your stop loss for the sell stop is here, your take profit is here. Very simple, straightforward, simple, straight to the point, guys. All right, so do we have any question based on this? So far, so good. Any question? If there are no questions, I want to quickly give a shout out to everyone who has been here. I can see Mr. Adekunle. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Arubi Emmanuel, thank you so much, sir, for being with us this morning. I can see Mr. Ayefu. I can see Confidence. Thank you so much for being in the house. Guys, this is a time to actually make money from trading because of the news going on right now. So let's make sure that beyond this analysis, we're actually on our chart. We're also taking advantage of market pulse on the EBC platform to actually take some trades. I can see Mr. Edako. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Mr. John, Mr. Ned, I see you. Mr. Obanishe, thank you so much. Orderly family, once more, thank you so much for joining us. You came very early. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Mr. Olabisi, I greet you specially. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Mr. Olutayo Bakari, I see you. Mr. Patrick, thank you so much. Mr. Peter, I see you also. Puleng, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Rex, I see you. Wonderful time to have you in the house, Rex. Thank you to all EBC representatives in the house, also from Somi Darling to Ada, to everybody who has actually joined us this morning. I'm going to be seeing us on Wednesday. Do we have any question before I quickly round off this section? Please, let's make sure to take all our trades. Remember, BTC, this is the trade. Buy stop, sell stop, stop loss, do all the trades you need to do. The only one I don't advise you do buy stop and sell stop on is gold. And the reason is because of the way gold moves, right? Gold can actually trigger your trade and then go in the next direction on a retest. That's the only time I don't advise you to have a buy stop, sell stop. But apart from gold, every other one is good to go. Every other one, from crude oil to to BTCUSD, to EURUSD, everyone is good to go, right? Except for gold. And the reason is because it's highly volatile. It could trigger and then begin to go in the next direction. So you want to really pay attention to it and wait for price to actually break. All right. So I have some questions. Are these questions? Let me quickly check. Okay, so I think it has been answered. You can go to our YouTube page. Yes, yes. So can I do both buy stop and sell stop with the same SL on S? Yes, you can. Yes. Buy stop, sell stop with the same SL. Correct. Correct. Because the SL is in the middle. So if I'm buying, the SL is below. If I'm selling, the SL is above. You can see. Right. So in the case of gold now, this is the SL, right? If I'm doing a buy stop, the SL is below, which is correct. My take profit is above. If I'm doing a sell stop, the SL should be above, and it is above. My take profit is below. You can see. That's why the XL remains constant. And it works in both ways. So it's quite simple. Any other question, guys? Any other question? When you say STI USD, can I know what you're talking about? Can you give me what's the name of this instrument? STI USD, what do you mean, please? Can you tell me, like, what's the name of the instrument? Oh, it's XBR USD, not STI. What we are trading is Brent, not US. What's it called? So we have Brent and we have WTI, right? So what we are doing this morning is Brent. So this is I'm on Brent's chart right now. So in case you've not taken the screenshot, this is it. I've also dropped it on the charts. Let me see if I can repaste it. Let me just see. So in case you've not taken the screenshot, I'm on Brent's chart right now. But let me see if I can resend, if I can just copy and repaste. Maybe you came late. All right, I'm doing that. For those that took gold this morning, sell. Let me quickly check. Yeah, you could actually leave it because I think gold is going to go down. Like I said, I'm expecting price to actually go down than up because that's gone up. I'm seeing price sliding back to the downside. But be careful anyway. So make sure that once you're in profit, you break even on this trade to make sure that you are in stand a better chance of, safeguarding your capital while the trade remains volatile, right? So while you're looking at making profit from the sell, if price decides to go down, you need to also break even on this trade. Make sure if you're in profit, you have broken even already so that you have nothing to fear. That's the only time you can have nothing to fear. Don't let anybody deceive you and tell you that the price is going to go down or go up. There is no 100% in this business. No matter your analysis, you can always be wrong. And the reason why you're wrong is not because you are wrong, it's because market dynamics can change. Anything can happen right now globally that could change the market dynamics immediately. So it's not as if you're wrong. It's just that market is just being market and it's very dynamic. So that's why you always have to break even. Don't let anybody deceive you and tell you, oh, anytime you take a trade, it goes in that direction. It doesn't, it's not true. All right. Everybody loses some. So you need to know how to safeguard your capital because you don't know when you take a trade, you don't know the direction it's going to go. You only hope or you only, technically look at it to say, okay, this is where I expect it to go. That could happen, yes. Like in the case of gold right now, we're expecting it to go down because I can see a break and retest, of this structure. Price came here, came to this point. We are seeing a very strong level here. This is a very strong, resistance level. Even though it's a minor resistance, it's actually very strong. So you can see it's very strong, very, very strong. It was its resistance here, support, 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 resistance, support, resistance, So I expect price to push down. However, like I said, price could actually go up. Depends on market dynamics and what's going on in the market. So if you are in profit, if you took the trade this morning and you're in profit, please make sure you break even. on that trade to make sure that you are in a better position on the trade, right? And your mind can be at rest. And if you see some profits, you can even break even more. You can take your stop loss into the trade more, but don't make it too close to price and don't make it too close to any key levels. All right, guys, it's 9:40 by my time. We are already way ahead of our time. Thank you so much for everybody who has been here. I'm going to be seeing us on Wednesday. We have an advanced class this month. I'm preparing the slides and also working on the ebook, and I was going to be giving out for free. And I'm going to be giving out for free in that class. I'm going to be announcing it once everything is set. For the class, it's going to be more practical. We're going to be doing more practical trading and learning. There's no new strategy anyway, but of course, we're going to be looking at how to actually combine what we've already known and what works at least up to 70-80% of the time, and see how we can take advantage of that. I'm going to be seeing us at the top. Let's have a profitable week ahead. Let's have a profitable month ahead. And always try to send me your profits on Telegram. All right. You can send it through your account manager. For some of you that can't get to me, you send it through your account manager, send to me. I really appreciate it, so that we can actually post these things on our Telegram page, on our social media platform, so that people know that we have traders who are actually making some level of progress. And it also makes me excited, because I'm happy when you guys make money. Always very excited. Last week NFP, I was not excited because I made money. I was excited because we all made money, and at least we are actually moving together as a community of traders in Africa. All right. So I'm going to be seeing us at the top. Let's have a wonderful week ahead. God bless you all.